This is a quick a tutorial for speakers and room managers and session chairs for ADAS 2020 online edition. And I'm here with Jose Enrique, and we are going to show you a little bit around Discord, Zoom webinar, and the various roles that we have for speakers and POC, LOC members and volunteers as well in running the conference itself. So it will be fairly simple, very hands-on, and you will see that there is nothing to be afraid of. Remember, we have speaker training sessions. Those are good for speakers, but also for everybody else running the conference. So just be aware of that. Sign up on the Google Sheet, and please show up. That's quite important, especially for speakers, but not only for speakers. You should have received an email with the dates, and also on Discord the dates are in the speakers channel and in the volunteer channel, which is called Admin Log POC. Okay, so see you there, but if you absolutely cannot make it, please watch at least this video in its entirety. So here I will be playing two roles, the role of room manager and the role of session chair, while Jose Enrique, who's also a member of the POC, the LOC, the admin team and everything, will be playing the role of the speaker, and I will show you the flow on all three sides. Okay, so I'm starting out as a room manager. Okay, this is a role if you're a volunteer, a member of the LOC, or member of the ADAS POC. Room manager. So the role of the room manager is to get speakers on Zoom webinar. That's it. That's what you have to do. Get people on the Zoom webinar in time for them to first fix any technical problem, and second, give their presentation on time. That's your role. So how do you do that? Well, you start by finding the next speaker. Okay, so the current speaker just started their presentation. Suppose that we are here on the schedule. I suppose it's I don't know, it's Wednesday 11th of November, and we are, I don't know, it's early in the morning, but not super early, and so we have Fenia, who is just starting to give her presentation. Okay, oral contribution 0198, interactive exploration framework for big data sets. Fenia is just starting. It's an amazing presentation. Everybody is loving it. That's when you go and fetch the next speaker, which is in this case is Vicente. Go fetch Vicente as soon as Fenia starts her presentation. This is important. You don't know what will happen. There might be technical problems. You need to have the time to fix them. Okay? So, where do you find Vicente? Well, start from Discord and go to the speakers channel. See if Vicente is there. One very quick thing that you can do to find people in Discord is to use Command K if you're on a Mac, or Control K if you're on Linux or Windows. Command K in Discord. Boom. And you type Vicente or whoever is your next speaker. And then you can click on their name and you start a one-on-one. This is a very cool picture, by the way. I have not seen it before, but you start a one-on-one chat with Vicente. You can also call them here, this button here, start voice call. Just call them up. Otherwise, if they're doing what they should be doing, they will be hanging out here. And so you, in the speakers channel, you can say at and then their name. In this case is Vicente, and you can see that Discord finds the person and allows you to send them a personal message. Either way is cool. Do whatever it's good for you. You can also find them here on the right in the Discord window. You can also scroll down. We try to make the work easier for you by grouping people together according to their role. But hey, then Vicente starts his talk. Then you have to find the next person. In this case, that would be Giuseppe. Vicente is starting, go fetch Giuseppe, and so on and so forth. Your main tool is Discord. Suppose that person is not on Discord. Bad. Okay, that's really bad. So, and I will stress this out later on with Jose when he's playing the speaker role. The person is not on Discord. What do? Find them on Zoom. Okay, I have the window somewhere here. Find them on Zoom. So you go to the Zoom webinar. This is me and Jose Enrique. Then participants, and here you will see panelists. That right now it's just me, and right now we just have one attendee. There can be hundreds. Okay, so finding people on Zoom might be complicated. Prefer Discord if you can. Find them there, and then what you do is you will move them to panelists. But let's go one step back. Say you're looking for Vicente or Jose Enrique or whoever your next speaker might be. Well in advance, okay? Well in advance, ideally when the current speaker just starts. Say you find them on Discord. What do? You tell them, hey, get onto the webinar, get onto the Zoom webinar and raise your hand. This way, when you go to Zoom and you click on attendees, there might be 500 people in there. Doesn't matter. The person with the hand up will be on top. So you will be able to find them. So let's do a concrete example here. Let's say that, John Wayne is just starting his presentation. And I know that the next speaker is Jose Enrique. So I'm not bothering with Zoom at first. I want to find him on Discord because I know it's faster, it's easier. So what I do here, Command K, and I type Jose N, and I already find him. So I start a chat. Here you see that Jose Enrique and I are working together on all the organization of this conference, so we have lots of stuff going on in our chats. But hey, let's say, hi Jose Enrique, please go to, let's say connect to Zoom webinar. You are next. You see, I'm typing it. Speaking directly might be faster. Okay, that's up to you. I'm not a fast typer. For me, it would be faster to just call Jose Enrique. But anyway, let's try with typing. So I'm already in. Okay, perfect. Please raise your hand so that I can find you. Now, of course, if you're a fast typer, this will be like boom, like a fraction of a second. That's not the case for me. At this point, you see, okay, let's see who has their hands up. Right now, we have only one person, so hey, guess what? It's Jose Enrique, but you might have more people. Make sure that you find the right person. What do you do now? With your mouse, make sure that the participant pane is open, okay? If you're on full screen, you will not get a pane. You will get a pop-up window. Just be aware of that. Go to attendees, if you're not already there, panelists, attendees. One person, now Jose Enrique, and you hover with your mouse over their name, and you will see this More button. You just click on it, and here you will see Promote to Panelist. Okay, it might be in your own language if you don't have Zoom in English, but that's cool. Find the equivalent in your own language. Promote to Panelist. You will get a message, you cannot see it now. Jose Enrique will disappear from here, from the attendee list, and he will be a panelist, and so he will show up here. In this window here, you should only have yourself muted and with your video off, right? Right now I'm talking because I'm recording the whole thing, right? But as a room manager, nobody needs to see you. I know you're beautiful and I know you're fantastic, but as a room manager, you are muted and with your video off, right? So here we have Jose Enrique. Keep talking to that person on Discord. So I just promoted you to panelist. Please keep your video off and microphone muted for now. Okay, I have a typo. And again, you might want to use the voice. It might be just faster and easier. I'm not doing it right now because I'm recording and stuff like that, but keep the communication with the next speaker going, right? Also, remember this, sometimes, especially on Linux, we have noticed that when you do the promotion from attendee to panelist, the client doesn't do the usual thing that closes the window and reopens the window as it happens on the Mac or on Windows, and most of the times on Linux. Sometimes on Linux, when that happens, the client Zoom, the attendee / panelist Zoom client crashes, right? Then the person, don't panic, restart it. Restart Zoom, everything will be fine. But be aware of this. So now Jose Enrique is in the panelist list, where it should be you, as I was mentioning, room manager, the session chair, the current speaker, and the next speaker, in this example, Jose Enrique. That's it. Nobody else. Right? This is important. Now, for Jose Enrique, your job is done. That's it. Now is the turn of the session chair. Okay, so we restart from here. Okay, now Jose Enrique is a panelist, and now I am switching to the role of session chair. Okay, so my role as a session chair is not to get people onto Zoom, but rather to make sure that I introduce speakers, I ask them to unmute themselves, to turn their camera on, and to start the presentation. At that point, I will mute myself and stop my video, of course, so that people can see the speaker and not me. So let's try this flow with Jose Enrique, who is our new speaker, our next speaker. The previous one just finished, and I will also tell you what to do when Jose Enrique finishes. So here I am talking to Jose Enrique. Jose Enrique is muted and with his video off, as you can see here with these icons, and I can ask to start video, for instance. But it's much nicer if, as a session chair, you just ask the next speaker. Say, Jose Enrique, you are the next speaker. Could you please unmute yourself and turn your camera on, or whatever works for you. But before doing that, just introduce Jose Enrique to the audience, and then let's get Jose Enrique, the next speaker, to start the presentation. Okay? It's a much nicer flow. So, for instance, you could say things like, hey, folks, the next speaker, we are very excited, is Jose Enrique. He's coming from Granada. He's working at IAA, very involved into CTA, which is a great project. And he will be talking about blah. In the case of Jose Enrique, it's most likely going to be Python and CTA and pipelines and data processing. But just look on the schedule. Just make sure that you know the title of the next talk, of Jose Enrique's talk, maybe read the abstract on the web, on the EDAS website. Just be a little bit familiar so that you can say a few things about what people are going to be listening to and watching. And then you can go to the, talk to the speaker and say, hey, Jose Enrique, could you please unmute yourself, turn your camera on, and start your presentation by sharing your screen. Okay.
Okay, I'm here.
Excellent.
I guess you can hear me and see.
Yes, we can hear you just fine, and we can see you perfectly, and we have a very nice picture of Granada in the background. Is that where you're from?
Yes. Yes, we are in the night, the middle of the night now. So I have the Alhambra behind me. This is my main window here in my office.
Excellent view, excellent view. So please, we are very excited about your presentation. Can you share your screen, please, and start your presentation?
Okay.
Excellent. Now, at this point, your screen might go into full screen. Okay, be aware of this. You can exit full screen.
You can see my presentation here. So I'm not going to talk about CTA, neither pipelines or data processing. I'm going to talk about something that's more fun for me. That is Jupyter Notebooks on steroids. This is all the things that we can do with Jupyter Notebooks. So this is a presentation that I gave some time ago. So I could do my blah blah here, and then because this is a very long presentation, at some point the chair is going to tell me that I am spending all the time that has been allowed for me to speak, and he will say me that through Zoom. And so he will open the mic, the chair will open his mic and tell me, hey, it's too long, you still. You now have 5 minutes left. No?
Jose Enrique, you have 5 minutes left.
Already, so I'm not in the middle of my talk, so okay, I'm going fast. I'm going really, really fast. And if there's still 1 minute left, so the chair
2
can
minutes.
still. Whoa. Okay, so I leave you with all my with the last slide here, and well, this is if you have any questions, just type your questions in the questions and answer button of Zoom, the question and answers feature of the Zoom application.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jose Enrique. Now, as a session chair, you should be playing some applause sound. You can also do it yourself, like this, if you want to. However, if you go to Info, Volunteer, Hosting EDAS, and then here you have play applause audio clip. There is a website. These are all free, so just play it very loud. And that's
thank you.
Now, it's not necessary, of course, but it's nice for the speakers especially. Now, Jose Enrique has finished. You told him the time that was left. You told him he was running out of time. Now, let's say by miracle we have 1 minute left. So what do is you go to this button here, question and answer, Q&A, in your main Zoom window. You click it and you see if there are any questions. Don't bother with Discord, just focus on that. Question and answers. That's it. So there might be some questions and attendees can upvote the questions. They can say, oh yeah, this is a great question, and so the most upvoted questions will be on top. So you just say there is one question, now there is nothing, because only attendees can ask questions, and we are only two in this webinar, and there is no third person being an attendee asking questions. But normally there will be maybe a couple of questions, or 3-4 questions. Pick the top one or the one that you think is the most interesting, and you read it out to the speaker. And then you click on the button that says Answered Live. And after that, you click on Done, so that you clear that question from the Q&A window. So let's say there is a question that says, oh, wow, how hard is it to learn Jupyter and install it on my machine and use it for my work? Jose Enrique, how hard do you think that is?
So I have good news for the question. It's really very easy to learn this, and there is a lot of documentation on the web, and public documentation is open, and this is how I learned it. So nobody taught me, and you can also learn that. So very good news.
Excellent. So we are out of time, and so let's thank Jose Enrique again. And here, if you want, you can play the sound, the applause sound again, or play another one. I don't know. And well, thank you, Jose Enrique. That was a fantastic presentation. Please now mute yourself and switch your camera off. And we are about to welcome the next speaker. And then as a session chair, you go through the same process again with the next speaker. Hey, we are very excited to have such and such here, and they will give a presentation on this, and they will be talking about that. Please unmute yourself, please turn your camera on, start sharing your screen, and you go back. Now, as a session chair, you're done. Okay? As a session chair, you're absolutely done. Now I will go back to my previous role as room manager. As a room manager, now what do I have to do? I have to get Jose Enrique, who just finished his presentation, out of this participants list. So I will hover with my mouse on his name in the panelist window and go to more and say, if I had to turn Jose Enrique as a co-host, I will withdraw co-host permission, and then I will change the role to attendee. Boom. So now at this point in the panelist window, we should have yourself as a room manager, the session chair, the current speaker who is being introduced right now by the session chair, and ideally the next speaker, or if that's not the case, you should go back to Discord, find the next speaker, and redo the whole loop. Okay? So these are the roles: session chair, room manager, speaker. As a speaker, please hang out into the speakers here, the speakers channel on Discord. At the very least, be online so that we can find you. Now, the speaker after Jose Enrique is starting their presentation. This is a good time for you as a session chair, not anymore as a room manager, for you as a session chair to clear up this window, the question and answer window. Why is that? Because this way you're sure that you do not get confused, you don't ask a question that was directed to Jose Enrique to the next speaker. Okay, so right now there is nothing, so what I'm going to say here sounds a little bit artificial, but when there are questions, you will see the button, two buttons. One is type the answer, and the other one is mark as answered online. So what you do is you mark them all as they were answered online. They were not answered. There was no time, doesn't matter. You just mark them as answered online, and then you will get a button, a blue button that says done. And so you click them, boom, 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 and they are gone. They will be here in the answered pane. Or you can also dismiss them if you want to, but you know, whatever works. Important, make sure that this window is empty. Okay, so, and now you're ready to keep track of the time. How do you keep track of the time? That's very easy. I will show you how I do it. Okay, if you have other ways, that's also cool. That's not a problem. What I do is I just open a browser and I type timer and say the talk is a 15-minute talk, right? 15 minutes. And that's it. With Google, boom, you get a timer. Very easy. By the way, I'm looking here because I have my other screen there. And so you can reset it, you can start it. Say you started with Jose Enrique, and when it marks 5, you interrupt him and say, hey, you know, 5 minutes left. It's the easiest way to keep track of the time and notify the speaker. I mean, we tried with Discord. Using Discord is not that easy. We tried with visual clues, not that easy. So keep this in mind. You might have to interrupt. Be short, be quick, maybe choose the best moment when there is a little pause in the speaker presentation, but you got to do that. There's no way out. And with the timer, you are sure that you can stick to the schedule. This is very important. This is how I do it. Most speakers nowadays have their own timers. Okay, so usually you don't have a problem. People. Oh, okay. So here there is an example of a question. So answer live, done. Okay. Boom. Answered live, done. Very quickly. 2 clicks. Tantak. Anyway, this is all for now. We covered the roles of room manager, of session chair, and speaker. Hopefully everything is clear. There might be glitches, technical glitches. That's okay. That's part of life. That's part of an online conference. Try to improvise. Try to find solutions. If there are issues with the speaker, the internet connection doesn't work, the computer doesn't work, whatever, step 1, try to find the presentation, the slides online if the speaker provided them. Hopefully you already have them. If there are, they're in the schedule. So you go to ADAS, right? You go to the schedule, and if they have presentation, they should be here, either down here or up here if the person has uploaded them. And so you just may, go through the presentation yourself. Okay, better than nothing. Some people, like myself, right, I have a presentation here. Where is that? Well, I don't even know where my presentation is, so I should be ashamed. Pandemics, ADAS in a pandemics. Okay, yeah, well, you learn something every day. I'm on Monday. Fantastic. So here, in my case, I have the slides and I also have the video. Play the video, right? Just play the video yourself. And if you need to play the video, here in share screen, what will, if you click this button, you have the option. There will be a window opening up. You can click on advanced and you have the option of showing a movie. Okay, make sure that you click on optimize movie for, for sharing or something like that along those lines. I'm not going to show you because otherwise my screen recording will die. But click here, click on advanced, and you'll see the option of sharing a video. So do that. Everything is terrible, disaster, complete disaster, nothing works, there are no slides, there is no video, nothing. Well, don't panic. These things happen. The room manager will help you out. Maybe you can skip directly ahead with the next speaker, who should already be in the panelists, and swap the two talks. Hey, it happens. What can you do? And so maybe I don't know, this speaker is having problems, you go to the next speaker, Brigitte, right? Nothing, no problem. And the room manager will be in contact with the speaker with problems. They will try to fix them, and maybe you can just have that talk afterwards. You can just swap those two. Improvise, but hopefully everything will be fine. Thank you for watching, folks. This is it. I will end the meeting. When you're live, or when the event is live, never ever ever click on this end meeting for all. Okay, ever, never ever ever leave meeting, otherwise you just stop the whole conference, right? This is important. Leave meeting, boom, and that's gone. Done. Perfect, folks. So hopefully this was clear. Few things can happen, but remember, room managers, Discord is your friend. Session chairs, Zoom is your friend. Speakers, make sure that Zoom has all the right privileges to share the screen. Make sure that you test your microphone beforehand, that you test your speakers, whatever. Make sure that you're ready to go. Attend the the speaker training sessions. We have some coming up next week. Today is the 30th of October, so next week, early November, 1 week to go. Please attend those. These are great. It's a lot of fun, and we can really iron out all these little details.